Hey there, it's Snez here. I just wanted to catch up with you guys. We've now live streamed 4 of the videos, 4 of the workouts, and I think they're going well. It is a huge shift and a huge adjustment. Quite a number of people have been asking me, how do you do it? How are you keeping so positive? And I wanted to share, because I am actually doing quite specific things, and I think it may help you as well. So to start with, I think in this very difficult time, it's really important and valuable to make a decision to stand for something and to contribute in some way. And to be honest, the biggest reason that's getting me up every day and getting me going, I've really taken on that responsibility of being able to contribute whatever I can to you guys at home. And I think it's really interesting that when we dedicate ourselves to doing work for other people, we will do a lot more than what we will do for ourselves. So at this quite difficult time, I really encourage you, whether you're looking after your team in business or whether you're re-engineering your business like I'm doing with mine to be able to still keep going, or whether you're caring for elderly parents or neighbours or anything, whatever it is that you're doing, if you're looking after the education of your children now at home, start to really invest yourself in doing the best that you can for whatever you're standing up for and for whatever way you're contributing at this point in time. And there's no contribution that's too small at the minute. Like, we all are needing help. There's so many areas that we're needed at the moment, and I guess that's what's leading me to the choices that I'm making, because one thing that I have really switched on in the last couple of days is my self-care. And that's something that I wanted to share with you guys, because I know it is quite easy when your gym life disappears that you can just, throw it in and just let those bad habits creep in. And I just wanted to reach out and just say, this is not the time to do that. And I want to push your boundaries if you're not pushing them yourselves. I just want to share what I've been up to, and what's keeping me going, is keeping my energy level so high, is that need to look after others. That does keep me going. But one thing I have really switched on is my self-care, my nutrition habits, my sleep habits. But this is a time not to give in and to let poor habits sneak in and let go of some of those changes. And with us, now is the real time to switch on. And like I've done with myself, I've refined my food choices, which you guys know I'm pretty good with food, but I've taken it really that next level about eating cleanly, making sure I'm hydrating. And that is purely because I know for myself in this very, very stressful time that I need to be able to make clear decisions, and I need to switch myself onto optimal performance mode. And that's a switch that I've done at the start of the week, because I know that I need to have the ability to make really good decisions really quickly. I need to have mental clarity, and I need to be able to perform at my optimum at this point in time. And the reality is that we actually all need to. We all need to switch on the best version of ourselves and look after our health and our well-being in such a way that throughout this really difficult emotional time that we can still think clearly and make good decisions for ourselves, because things are changing. Your lives are changing. Mine has as well. Some of the things that I have been doing, as I said, the hydration is a really important point. We function a lot better when we're well hydrated, and I'm making sure that I'm getting a lot of vegetable intake in. I'm making sure that I'm getting my nuts and my seeds in, making sure that I'm getting my quality proteins. And to be honest, I've actually found that I'm actually starting to eat less. So when I do creative work, it's something I've done for years. It's just this thing that I have, is that I feel that process of digestion slows me down, and it takes away the energy and resources, brain's ability to function at 100%. So what I do is I will refine what I'm eating and minimize what I'm eating, so that all of my resources can be poured into the one area, and that's switching off that digestion. So I've definitely not only refined what I'm having, but I've definitely minimized what I'm having. Some of the other things that I cannot emphasize enough is taking some time out, hence why I've come for a little walk and decided to bring you guys along and share this beautiful environment. I make sure that I connect with my family every day. They have been a huge support of me at the moment, and they are doing everything they can and trying to give me some space to be able to achieve what I'm trying to achieve at the studio. But definitely I'm connecting with them and doing things like playing Uno together, and just making sure that I've got some sort of normality and some sort of time out from the constant thought of trying to make this big change in our lives. The other thing that I will, and I cannot stress this one enough, is making sure that you are, we're talking about flattening the curve, and I keep talking to people about completing the cycle and the stress response. Complete the cycle for yourself. And the way that you can do it, which is what I talked about in the video the other day, is just doing some sort of physical activity, some sort of breathing technique that will initiate that endorphin response. So I've been doing things such as, the other day I was feeling a little bit tight in my chest before our close, I must say. And I just got up and I just went for a run. And it was not for any fitness benefit. It wasn't to look good in my jeans. It was just to basically burn off some of that adrenaline, some of that stress response, and flood my body with good hormones so that I could bring myself back down to level and then start again in coping with the stress. So go out and do some activity. Join our virtual classes. I know that we burned off a lot of the stress response today for a number of people because it was quite intense for the first one. But definitely go out and do those things. That breathing technique that I taught you, I have been using that 3 or 4 times a day. So that breathing technique about breathing into a count of 4, holding your breath for a count of 6, and then slowly breathing out for a count of 8. So I've been using that, and in all honesty I have been, because I feel at times that I can't breathe because of everything that's going on and the degree of the change. As humans, change is challenging. When there's this much change, we really need to gather ourselves up to be able to deal with it. So that was, I just wanted to share, but there's some of the things that I'm doing. I'm also getting a lot of rest, not necessarily in one batch, but I'm actually, having some rest breaks wherever I can, and having some cat naps, which is my thing to do, especially at the moment. And I'm doing that purely because I need to function at a level that I can continue to hold my team together, continue to hold this business together, and continue to receive that creative input to develop these programs into something that people genuinely love and can genuinely help them at this time. So have a good think about that, and have a good think about some of the, maybe the poor habits that have already crept in already, or maybe, think about your mindset in terms of whatever stress you're dealing with in your life at the moment. Start to think about really getting yourself at a physical optimal level, so that at a mental level, at a thinking level, you've got that capacity to cope.